A really good, convincing win, all three phases of the game tonight against UConn. Um, and I still think they're a talented football team. They played an NC State squad, really tough. But we came out and executed. Like I said, it was all three phases. Very, very good effort all the way around. A little bit, I think, tough early on, finding our rhythm offensively. And then we found our kind of our holes, so to speak, and took advantage of it. Got some perimeter runs out there and kind of loosened them up in the middle. Did some nice job defensively. I mean, our defense was all over the field. Just the way they were just attacking the speed. It looked like the speed out there was really different. And UConn has speed. I mean, they've got tremendous running backs. And their offensive line is very agile and everything about them. But our defense was on point. I mean, they were all over the place. So it was really great to see. I think our special teams was nice. I don't know what our punting average was right there. We punted a few more times there in the fourth quarter than what we would have wanted to do, but trying to get out of the ball game and trying to stay a little bit healthy. So we kind of slowed it down a little bit. But overall, it was a nice win to sit here. I mean, here we are 2-0, and ultimately the goal is to win every single week. And I don't believe we've been 2-0 since 2019. So it always feels really good to win. But I mean, just how we won. The first drive of the second half, so many times for us has come out, and the other team that either has had the ball or us offensively, we've either went 3 and out or they've taken the ball down and scored on us. And we would just walk out of halftime, and I said the most important drive probably of this season, maybe this first drive of the second half, and did a fantastic job coming out there and shutting them down, and I knew we were right where we needed to be. So very proud of our guys, proud of our coaching staff. They put in the hours, they work, and you always look for teams to see kind of how you improve from week 1 to week 2 and every single week. But after 5 and 6, you should be about where you need to be as a football team, unless injuries take a toll. And we really improved a lot in a lot of areas tonight. Like I said, our defense played lights out.
What was the difference for the defense this week, and kind of what was the emphasis in the last week in change of practice that side of the ball?
Last week it wasn't an overall defensive problem. It was a third down problem, and this week we corrected some of the communication errors. I mean, it's one thing to leave guys wide open, and those are communication problems. Those are missed assignments. And I say it, and they probably don't. It probably doesn't resonate for them. But I said, if you can get aligned and assigned, then we got a chance to win every down. And that's what we did tonight.
And then with Darren, obviously, at a certain point, he started making plays in the running game.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, God, he had 12 rushes for 145 yards, 11.8 average. I mean, that's a pretty good day. And it looks like Marcus, it's 24 for 107 right there. Is that what it was? We going into it, we love to establish the inside zone. That's what we're built upon as far as the run game, and they did a nice job stuffing it inside. They were big, they were strong, and we just weren't doing a good enough job. I mean, our first 3rd and 1, I talk about getting aligned and assigned. Our first 3rd and 1, a 3rd and 1, and we totally blew an assignment, and it was just unfortunate. But we found our creases, we saw our holes, and we said throughout the week, hey, these are going to be really good plays here for us, and they were really good plays for us.
Coach Frazier being able to use his arms and his legs to make plays, how is his versatility just being able to help the offense this season?
I'm a firm believer in the dual threat quarterback. I think they're fantastic. Smart dual threat quarterbacks. There's one thing to have a runner, but you can't be a very efficient football player just being a running quarterback. Darren has developed into a very nice dual threat quarterback because as he's been here, he's grown and matured and educated himself on the game of football and understands the concepts that he has now, and it's very evident in his play.
Obviously, UConn made some mistakes, but there's no guarantee your team's going to take advantage of it. You kind of play a pretty clean game yourself. Like, do you think that's a feature of just kind of the experience you've got making those types of balls?
Yeah, I just think it's the concentration level that we're playing with right now. I think we're playing at a really when you look at our guys and we practice in the mornings, and there's a lot of times you can come into that team meeting room and we 7:30 team meeting. We're on the field at 9 o'clock, and when I walk in the 7:30 meeting, I call it an attention getter. You know, we have a command and they bring back a response to me. And I told them, and they probably don't even realize that, but we have been more alert, more just confident in our responses, more alive in that 7:30 team meeting, and have a purpose in everything that we're doing. And it shows. It starts from that first command, and then it goes throughout the meetings, and then it goes into our practices. So, yeah, it's experience, but I promise you, it was the off season, it was our summer, and it was our fall camp that we've had that's got us that concentration and got us where we are right now.
You talked about the long touchdown drive. Not only you scoring, but just keeping minutes on the clock. How important is that?
Really, I mean, it was huge. When I say huge, because we had them down. What was it, 21-0 at that time? And I think they had run 5 plays in the third quarter, and that is pretty significant right there, where you can hold the ball and control the football like that. I think every team, when you have a lead of that sort, that you would like to do that and shorten the game a little bit. And it was just a very efficient drive. We were trying to get out of here.
I guess in that fourth quarter and third quarter, you would run out of timeouts that almost didn't work. Long term, the benefit, you had guys out there, subbing, you were having to go on the fly, make sure you were aligned, and
I mean, there's so many different thoughts on timeouts. So I really use timeouts as momentum stoppers. I'm almost like an NBA or a basketball team. They had a run there offensively, and I immediately, I think we're 2-3 plays into it, and I immediately call a timeout. And Coach Stagg's like, "Why are you calling a timeout?" I'm like, "Listen, you're just stopping the momentum. You get your doggone. Let's regroup and let's go play third down." And I think it was second and third down, and went and made 2 stops right there, and we get the ball back, and there it is. I wasn't real concerned about the timeouts.